YouTubers. I'm at my mum's at the minute. Plant leaf. I have a leaf. More like a petal. Petal. Hello, petal. So yeah, I'm at my mum's right now. I go home tomorrow. Petal. I just wanted to tell you how I think this year's went for me. Bad. To be honest, this year's been bad. Cause it's been because it was a normal year up until March, and then in March is when I had to come here for the first time. Well, complicated that. In March, I think it was. Oh, no, it was a couple weeks before the first lockdown. I decided, because it was near Mother's Day, to come to Mum's a couple of days earlier, so I can have a couple of days with Mum for Mother's Day. So, whilst I was here for Mother's Day, we get the news that we're in lockdown for the first time. We didn't know it was going to be for the first time, but we just heard we're in lockdown. So I stayed here for 3 weeks. So I had to do an emergency trip back to mine because I only had clothes to last a couple of days. So I had to go home, pick up like teddy friends and clothes and food I like, but mostly clothes. And I came back and then the total of 3 weeks. Then I had to go home. I had to. So that time, my outreach had to be at the gate to check on me. We'd have a chat for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure I'm okay in my head, and then they would leave. Because we were in lockdown still. Then after those 2 weeks, they were allowed to come in the house, but I had to wear a mask and keep the distance from me. And then it eased, and I was able to go to Blythe and have a look around the shops in Blythe. And then I was allowed to come back here again. Like, it was a week at a time, 1 week a month, I think it was. Which I enjoyed. I could only do that for a couple of months though, because that's when they had crashed down on the gatherings again. So that's when I couldn't go to my mum's anymore. And then Christmas arrived, so that's when I came here for Christmas, and I've been here ever since I didn't come here Christmas Eve. I came here. Was it Christmas Eve? Can't remember. I think it was. Can't remember what day I came here. But I was here for Christmas Eve, here for Christmas Day, and I go home tomorrow. So I go home New Year's Day. So I've been here for around 10 days. And now that we're in tier 4, my outreach has to do the same thing again, which I see him at the gate. Luckily, it's only for 2 weeks, hopefully. And the end is in sight. The vaccines are in sight. I don't know when I will be offered mine because I've not been home to read my letters. But when I do go home, I will check my mail straight away and book my appointment the very next day because I go home New Year's Day. So when I do go home, I'll book the appointment the very next day or I'll phone up the very next day if my phone works. I've had problems with my phone recently. I can use my internet, but I can't make phone calls or accept phone calls because there's a mast down somewhere. It's not just me that's having problems. A lot of people are having problems with EE and things like that. So luckily I've still got Wi-Fi. I don't care that you lot will know that I'm not home, because I'm going home tomorrow. So, yeah. And barely anybody watches this anyway. So, that's my year, summed up in 5 minutes. Normally, I would get the pen out and paper and do month by month, but like draw my life, but can't be bothered to do that this year. I've done a lot of Zoom meetings this year with Tristan Duck since we can't get together anymore and touch each other. We have done a lot of Zoom meetings. We did a play via Zoom, which was a very close deadline. I had to do it like in 3 weeks because we forgot the time, and then we had to post. It's called A Place at the Table. It's very hard hitting. If you want to look for it, go on the Tristan Duck's website. No, not the website, sorry. The Tristan Duck's YouTube page. And it's called A Place at the Table. And I don't know if they've got where it's separate from the other one, but a different group did something next to us. So it's like a double bill thing, but my place first. So I'm bigging that one up. So yeah, please watch. But all the different groups did different things as well. Like the Saturday Academy did a dance. The one that is connected to us is another dance. We so many different things, did so many different things, and it just broadens what we do, basically, which is a great thing. I'm just bigging up the Tristan Ducks now. I've also made a decision this year. I made a decision, which meant that I am no longer part of Spectrum Theatre Company. I was with them since the very beginning, and if I got the timings right, because I have noticed that people with a disability do get timings wrong for things. Because some people say I've been with this group this many years when it's not really been that long. So if I got my calculations correct, I was with Spectrum before I was with the core group. And if I go back, it's been a year. We were together 2. Then so it's been around 2, 4, 5, 6. Around 5, 6 years, I think I've been with Spectrum. So that means I've been with the core group for only like 1 or 2. Because I was with the core group after Spectrum. The reason why I joined the core group is because my best friend in the whole world, who I love and adore, left. For a short period this year, we swapped places. She joined Spectrum for the creative writing, and I have always been part of the core group. She doesn't know what she's going to do now the creative writing is over, because she's got a job now. And the job comes first, so she doesn't know what she's going to do. As for me, the reason I left Spectrum, I'm not going to go into detail here, but I will say I'm ready to move on. I'll say that. Because like I said, I've been with Spectrum since the very beginning. I wish I could have stayed, but I was ready to move on. I'd like to be honest and tell you the real reason I left, but I don't want to dig up dirt. Some saying I'm ready to move on. And the core group do keep me really busy, because we get paid to do plays, and because we get paid to do plays, we're kept busy a lot. And I've been there so long. I've been saying for a long time, since for the last couple of years, I've wanted to leave. There's a reason why I stayed, and there's the reason why I'm leaving as well, and I'm not going to details. If you want to know, you just have to keep guessing, because I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, so that's my biggest decision. Biggest decision this year was that I left Spectrum, and that was a big decision because, like I said, I've been with them since the very beginning. I was one of the first OGs. Now, the last remaining person that was near the beginning. I'm not saying is part of the OG because, like I say, I was the last one. Is a woman. I'm not going to say her name because I'm not a friend anymore. We had to cut ties when I left Spectrum. Personal reasons. But she is the last remaining member of the ones that came in the first couple of weeks. And I can't tell you her name, like I said, because we had to break ties with when I left. So I'm talking about it quite a bit, but it was a big decision for me to make. I've also been trying to find a boyfriend, this year, but it's been near impossible because of COVID. I wasn't able to leave the house, so I've not been able to find anyone, but I am on the lookout. Sorry, just my best friend just messaged me. I don't even know. I'm just going to call this my year in review. So I've been through the ringer this year. I've had ups, I've had downs, I've cried, I've laughed. Not much though. I haven't laughed that much this year. Until I came here for Christmas. Then I have chuckled, very laughed. My side has hurt with laughter while I've been here, but not while I've been home, because I'm alone at home, so it's quite upsetting living alone. But it proves I am independent and I've grown up. Saying nothing. And moving on. My plan for tomorrow, take the decorations down, pack. I'm doing a New Year's Day quiz with my mum, and I'm going to have a lot of people on Zoom, a lot of family members on Zoom. Then when the quiz is over, I think either my brother's going to take me home, or he's going to drop the car off, and then mum will take me home. Either way, I'm going home tomorrow. My mum did suggest that I stay a bit longer, but I want to go home. I miss my home, and I've loved it here. And I'll be lonely when I'm at home, but I want to go home. I want to go home. Anyway, I got almost everything I wanted for Christmas. A toaster, clothes, chocolate, a bed set. I got a lot of stuff for Christmas. My mum's given me a light bulb for the light in my bedroom, so I can actually talk to Deborah at night now. Saying that since being here, I've only spoken to her once, My diary is called Deborah. So yeah, that's my life. Those are my plans, and I don't know what else to say. Apart from get vaccinated, because that helps out a lot of people. That will save lives if you get to the vaccinations when you can. Get them and wear masks if you can, only if you can. You might have to try different ones because I had to try multiple masks because of my glasses and my autism. I had to try multiple masks, and now I found ones if you have the vent. They work great if you wear a mask. So I had to find the right one. And even then, I have to do my shopping fast sometimes to get the mask off because I panic. I have a meltdown. At Christmas, when I did my Christmas shopping, when I came here, I had a meltdown in the shop because I couldn't take the mask. So I had to go outside, have a minute. Then I came back in and put the mask back on. And I was chuffed because I did the rest of the shopping with the mask on. I just needed a minute to breathe and recuperate and continue on my shopping. Luckily, I wasn't by myself in my shopping, so somebody could look after my trolley while I had my minute. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you just need a minute to readjust, and then get your breath back, and then go again. So wear a mask, stay 6 foot away, get the vaccines, and don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for sticking around for this long. Mwah. I hope everyone has a great 2021. Love yous.